quest by yourself, at the very least, you can fill up this green bar and get these items.
Oh, that's nice.
So one way or the other, you're going to get a good reward by doing these public quests.
You're rewarded for your effort.
Not to mention, you also get experience for killing the monsters, and you also get coin from killing the monsters as well. So, and they sometimes drop items as well. So lots and lots of good reasons to fight in public quests. Let me show you one other thing I'm really proud of too. We just introduced this recently to our beta. You may have played in other games where you want to get a group, and you can do it in a number of different ways. One of the common ones is the looking for group window. You'll flag yourself as looking for group. Maybe you'll send tells to players saying, "Hey, do you have room for a bright wizard? Do you have room for a witch hunter?" Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe it takes you 15 or 20 minutes to find a group. That's not the way we're going to do it in Warhammer. All groups by default, when you start them, are called open groups. Open groups, you can find one by just clicking on this one. I'm going to make myself a group so you can see what it looks like. This will show you every single open group in the general area that you're in. It will tell you how far away they are in seconds. So this is my group, so it's 0 seconds away. And then it tells you what they're doing. In this case, I'm in a PQ, so it tells me this group is doing a PQ. Do you want to do a PQ? Well, maybe you do, so you can join this group. What PQ are they doing? Just right over it, and it tells you. This is the public quest they're in. This is the level of the people that are in it. And all you have to do to join that group is just click on that button, and you can run right to them.
Oh, that's nice.
If they're in RVR, it'll actually say located in big red letters, RVR. So you know they're doing PvP stuff. You can run out there and join them and fight other players. So speaking of realm versus realm, if you wanted a realm versus realm and you're starting out here in chapter 1, you can actually get into RVR very easily just by clicking on this little red button right here with the war symbol. Do I want to join a scenario? Yeah. So I hit the ready button. Now I'm in the queue to join a scenario. In a few minutes, if this were a regular server, I'd be given an invite to come and join that scenario. Now, what I can do is I can continue working on this public quest. I can keep killing players, or I'm sorry, killing monsters. And when I finally get that invite, it'll send me up a message saying, "Do you want to join now?" Yes. It will take me away, put me in this scenario, an instance battleground where I get to fight other players, evenly matched. And then when it's done, I'll be put right back where I left, and I can continue working on what I was doing.
Normally you have to go all the way to a realm and then go back where you left, and you don't remember it. And
yeah, well, the same philosophy we apply to our open group system and to our scenario queuing and putting you back, that's a philosophy that we've applied all over Warhammer. We're trying to make the game a lot of fun to play, minimize the amount of time that you're actually spending doing things that are not so fun, like running and traveling and spending lots and lots of times going somewhere to just do something. We want to have you playing the game and having fun rather than having you spend a lot of time trying to just get somewhere. Another thing you should know, now I'm level 31, this character is maxed out, but this is a starting chapter. If you want to, when you start a new character in war, you can just click on that icon and you can get into realm versus realm combat right off the bat if you want to. You can join that scenario, it'll put you in the queue. You'll be paired up against other people in that scenario for Tier 1. Tier 1 is these zones right here. This is about levels 1 through 10. So the first scenario or skirmish area that you fight in will be players from levels 1 to 10. Now if you're level 1, normally you might say there's no way I'm doing realm versus realm at level 1. However, we have this great thing called battle levels. So if you're level 1 and you get into realm versus realm, we're going to artificially give you a buff that makes you effectively level 8. You're not the very highest, but you're pretty close and you can actually compete. Now you don't have any extra abilities, but you do have all the hit points, all the stats, all the resistances that a level 8 would have, and so with you and your group, you'll be able to actually compete in realm versus realm. I myself, in the beta, I actually got into realm versus realm at level 1, and in the same night I went from level 1 to level 8 by just doing a realm versus realm. And what's really even better than that is that while I was killing those players, I was getting coin. I wasn't taking their coin, the server was giving me random drops of coin, and I was getting items. And again, I wasn't taking their items, I was taking items that were suited to my class. And so what that means is that you can start as a level 1 character and you can realm versus realm if you want to your entire time and never step into PvE.
Okay.
If you want a PvE and you don't want a realm versus realm, you can do that too, because we've got hundreds and hundreds of hours of PvE, and our unique public quests, our quests that have all been approved by Games Workshop, written in the style of the lore. There's tons and tons of things to do if you want to do PvE. Ideally though, we think most people are going to do a little bit of both. They're going to do some PvE, they're going to join a scenario, jump into RVR for a little while, and they'll just weave back and forth in and out of the content. Okay?
Wonderful.
Cool. Have you got any other questions for me?
Not at the moment.
You just kill this guy. Seems to be fixated with trying to kill me. Now you've heard about our Tome of Knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So the Tome of Knowledge. This is the Tome of Knowledge. Now, think of the Tome of Knowledge as a large empty book when you first start the game. This book you're going to fill up. You're going to write your own story as you as you play through the game. Everything you do is tracked in some way or another in the Tome of Knowledge. For example, you kill a certain kind of monster. Let's look. What have we killed? We've killed a giant. Now in this case, it's pretty self-explanatory what a giant is. Most of us know what a giant is. But say it was something you didn't know. This is a great way to tell players who may not be familiar with the Games Workshop IP what exactly is this monster. Like the first time a player sees a squig, for example. They may not know what a squig is. They can read about it. In this case, it tells us how many times we've killed a giant. Tells us a little bit about it. And then here are the different kinds of species of giants. We've only found one right now, the Chaos Giant. Let's click on him. We've killed one of them. And look at this. These are our achievements that you can earn by just doing things with giants. The first one we got just simply by encountering a Chaos Giant. We got a small amount of experience points. The next one is a little more mysterious. What's inside is what counts. That's mysterious. We got to figure that out. Somewhere in the world.